local government. But as it eventually turned out, okay, yeah, Yenagua, Yenagua was 50-50. So, but as it turned out, they won in Yenagua, and of course we know the story, government officials went out with, government officials went out with the Doakbo, vehicles belonging to Doakbo, which is the government's security outfit, and use that as leverage to win in Yenagua. So, to answer your question directly, we were not saying that everybody in those local governments were going to vote for us, but we knew our areas of strength, and we also knew their areas of strength. And we therefore focused.
Mr. Egba, I asked the question knowing full well that calculations can also go wrong at the end of the day. Isn't that what happened in this particular election?
Yes. No. That is not what has happened, because if you see the figures that were actually returned, we won in the field. But then they had the influence, locally and maybe within the area for them to be able to ensure that figures that we got, votes that we got, were cancelled. That's what you must address your mind to, that fact. It wasn't as if we just performed poorly at the polls. Figures that we got, votes that we got were cancelled, and then votes that they got were retained. So it wasn't just a question of our votes coming in poorly as you have seen them. Everything that you are seeing is a product of cancellation. And of course, as you know, and as most enlightened people in election matters have also said, even the outstanding votes, where the votes that were cancelled, is far in excess of the majority between the PDP and the APC. So ordinarily, even the election should still have been returned as inconclusive by the electoral law itself. So obviously, everybody that was involved was just in a hurry to just announce the man as winner and get out of town, and then of course leave the rest for the judiciary. So again, as we talk about electoral reforms and stuff like that, the people, especially these adult people that are involved in election matters, there is serious need to also involve them in this electoral reform matters, because most of them really don't have a stake. They just like a day's job, a casual job. So they come, they make their money, they return whatever they want to return, and they are gone. You can say whatever you want, but they are gone. So, again, it is not because we are unpopular. It is not because we did not get majority votes in these places, but our votes were cancelled in favor of the PDP, whose votes were retained.
If you talk about cancellation, Mr. Nathan Ogba, it will mean that something transpired that was unwholesome in those areas. What did you notice to have warranted that cancellation that we got from these areas where you recorded such cancellations?
Okay, but it would be interesting, if you say so, to also ask, is it that in all of the areas that the PDP won, that nothing untoward transpired? So how come nothing was cancelled, for votes that were gotten by the PDP, but only in areas that the APC won that things untoward happened? Of course, when we get to the tribunal stage, we also question the votes that were returned in favor of the PDP, and we believe very strongly that a lot will come out at that point.
Do you think you have a good case? Because so many have been asking, why is it so difficult for the APC to accept this defeat, knowing full well, perhaps they can learn from President Jonathan and put a call across to the governor and say congratulations for being the winner?
President Goodluck Jonathan did not have a choice than to do what he did, because he was soundly and roundly beaten at the presidential election. I stood for Goodluck Jonathan. I worked very hard for him. I voted for him. I coordinated for him. And I know that we lost soundly. And therefore, there is no reason whatsoever to compare the presidential election in which President Goodluck Jonathan lost and had to do the right thing.
So on this, didn't you also lose soundly, in your words, on this particular election?
Congratulate him. But in this case, we have had an election that is seriously flawed. We have had an election that lacks credibility in every department, whatsoever parameter that you want to judge an election by. It has fallen far below every parameter. The figures were just allocated, and even the arrangement was not tidy, because at the end of the day, the electoral law says, that if the difference, the number of votes that are cancelled are in excess of the difference between the two leading candidates, then that election will be called as inconclusive, just as they did at the end of December 6th. So that even ab initio, there is no reason whatsoever, even if we did not protest or complain or whatever, it is still not right to have returned Henry Seraki Dixon as a winner, because with the votes that they got and the result did not meet the parameters of the electoral law. So at the end of the day, it's just not right to have returned. Governor Seraki Dixon as a winner of this particular election.
Now, as a politician, are you not worried that for a state as small as Bayelsa, it's taken so long for INEC to be able to conduct the elections? Some people say the attitude of politicians, having that do or die, disposition towards the elections have resulted in INEC taking such a long, laborious process of conducting elections in Bayelsa. Are you not worried about that?
Oh yes, I'm worried. You see, I'm worried because, but the reason why I'm worried is not even because of how long it takes or it has taken in this particular election to get a winner. The reason why I'm worried is because there is indeed a deficit of democratic culture in Bayelsa State. And I can understand why. Hitherto, it was a one-party scenario. Whoever won the PDP ticket, he can just go home and sleep because he has won the election. Now there is an opposition, a strong one for that matter. So it's a new experience for the people of Bayelsa State. I think that for us, it's a learning curve. It's going to take a little bit of a while. And just like it took Nigeria, over 16 years or so for an opposition party to be able to defeat a party in government, it will also take a little while. But because the APC is a very strong party, and because we have, put up a very, very strong and unexpected showing here in Bayelsa State, it has taken everybody by surprise. Even the PDP had expected that it would just be a smooth ride for them. But unfortunately, out there is a very strong yearning for a change in government, because Henry Seraki Dixon has not done well. He simply has not. In fact, he has been sleeping on duty. So once, even in the civil service, if you are found to be sleeping on duty, you are supposed to be sacked. So, and that is the reason why the people of Bayelsa, who are the employers of
Mr. Nathan Egba, if I may interrupt you, may I comment there? Because it would seem that you've contradicted yourself somewhat, because you said that your party is an opposition party, it would take a while. If it would take a while and you understand the terrain of Bayelsa and how difficult... Just a moment, let me land on my question. Just a moment, please let me land on my question. If you say that it will, because I'm quoting your words now, if you say that it was going to take a while for people to come to that acceptance, so you know that it was not going to be easy for even the opposition to get into power, why then do you now accuse
it is possible for an opposition party to take over power from a party in government? That does not mean that the APC didn't do enough or that we did not indeed win this election. I've told you before, we are very happy. In fact, we are. And the people of Bayelsa are in a mourning mood as I speak with you. Because ordinarily, when an election result is called like this, and is a popular decision, you would have actually seen spontaneous jubilation, you would have seen celebration everywhere, all over the place. But even if there were celebrations, which of course I drove around Yolo Finagwa and I did not notice, they would have been muted ones, perhaps in government house and other homes of officials and chieftains of the PDP. But generally speaking, what I am saying is this, that the fact that the APC as an opposition party, as a new party in Bayelsa State, has been able to win this election is a new experience for the people in office and in authority in Bayelsa. Indeed, even for the electoral body in Bayelsa, because like the governorship candidate said earlier on, the INEC in Bayelsa has been used. In fact, has almost become tradition for them to return PDP at the end of every election. They could just be sleeping and announce PDP as a winner of election. But then even in this election, either in the past elections, all 24 hours of assembly positions were taken by the PDP, even without campaigning. But right now, as I speak with you, out of 24, the PDP has perhaps, perhaps 18 or 17 or thereabout. So even in the House of Assembly, we can, and that is also after so much doctrine and so on and so forth. So again, you can see that things are changing gradually. But on this particular occasion, the APC has won and won very well. But because
Yep. Okay.
but because everybody is used to returning PDP at the end of every election, that is the reason why I said it will take a while for people to realize here that opposition to government here at the local setting can.
All right, Mr. Egba, we need to wrap up. So clearly, you will go to the tribunal.
That will be left for the candidate of the APC, Chief Timipri Silva, who is for us the winner of this election, and the APC led by Chief Tiwe Olubinige, who is the chairman of the party in the state, to take. But if I am the candidate, I would have started the process for the tribunal the very moment the announcement was made yesterday.
All right, Nathan Egba is the Director of Media and Publicity, APC Campaign Organization in Bayelsa State. Thank you for talking to us today.